Oh yeah, that's right. Time to revisit one of my favorite games of all time. My very first Let's Play on this channel. Welcome to One Off Wednesday, everybody. We're about to replay Mega Man 2. I'm playing it on difficult because normal is for the American wussies. Difficult is actually Japanese normal mode, correct? I believe that's correct. Anyway, let's get this shit cracking. As much as I'd love to keep listening to the opening theme music, which I fucking love, let's get it started. I think, as usual, I'm going to kick it off with Bubble Man, so let's just get it going. I'm not going to waste too much time mincing words here. Let's just kick some ass on Mega Man and hopefully have a better showing, at least at the very beginning of my Let's Play, than I did in my original Let's Play, where I died twice on the Bubble Man stage, which is a very well-documented moment in my Let's Play history. Not really. It's well-documented in my own mind. Not really like a historical moment. Especially since my Let's Play of this originally was kind of shitty. I'm actually tempted to turn up the volume for myself here, because it's actually kind of quiet. And actually, in fact, I'm going to... Hold on. I need more volume. I need more volume! There we go. Now we're talking. If I'm going to do this Let's Play, and this way, if I'm going to play this game, we have to hear the music. It's part of the beauty that is this fucking game. Anyway. Yeah, a big part of my original Let's Play for this game that is a problem for me, not only is the shitty-ass commentary quality, but the fact that the way it looks, because it was an emulator, and the way I had to record it and split it into such short episodes, and just all sorts of little things bother me about my first Let's Play. But the only reason that's my first Let's Play and I let it be as is because I wanted to play one of my favorite games of all time as my first Let's Play, and this is right up there, guys. Like, if ever I get around to finally doing my top video games list, this is going to be right near the top. It's not number one. We already know what number one is. Most people do. If you don't, well, then you haven't been paying attention to my channel for long enough. But point is, this isn't number one, but it's really, really close. Put it that way. And it's definitely probably... I want to say it's probably number one soundtrack for me, though. I fucking love this fucking soundtrack. Like this song right here. It's always a good way to kick off a playthrough of this game. Is just this song is just so good. All the songs are good. I could kick it off with anything. And this is supposed to be the easiest stage. By the way, when I died twice on the Bubble Man stage in my Let's Play, it was right there on that jump right there. For some dumbass reason, I was freaking retarded and I pressed right on the controller as I was going down, thinking I could inch my way closer to the wall without actually hitting the wall. I was wrong. Anyway, it's so nice to be playing this with an actual NES controller as well. When I Let's Played it originally, I was using a controller. I was using a PS2 controller on my computer, though. So, while it wasn't terrible, it wasn't perfect. But to actually be playing this with an NES controller right now is absolute and utter bliss. It's amazing. It's so nostalgic for me. And it just feels right. Mega Man feels right when you have a controller that only has 2 buttons. And, I mean, sure, other controllers have more buttons to work with, and you can map them however you want and all that. But it just feels right on an NES controller. I mean, even the Mega Man Anniversary Collection on GameCube, while it's fun and awesome and everything, it somehow fucked up original Mega Man controls by having B and A switched. Because B, like, A is jump, B is shoot. That's just a general accepted controller scheme for NES original. It just is. And for some reason, the friggin' GameCube collection, also, you know, published by Nintendo and everything, somehow fucked up jump and shoot. How do you fuck up jump and shoot? I don't know. It's not terrible. It's not hard to play. It's just backwards from what you grew up with. You know what I'm saying? And as I reminisce about that, I just wrecked the shit out of Bubble Man. Don't even need his weakness, which is Metal Man, if you want to know for sure. Never need his weakness, though. Bubble Man's too easy. He doesn't do enough damage. And I was only like half dead when I got him. And the funny thing is, I always kick it off with Bubble Man, but I have no reason why. He's not even, like, his thing is he's strong against his Heat Man, and I never do Heat Man second. Mostly because doing Heat Man without the number 2 item is absolutely impossible, and I will never do it. I hate trying to jump across those fucking time platforms without the number 2 item. So, anyway, we're going to do Metal Man, which is what generally most people start with because his power is basically how you break this game. Metal Man is the game breaker. No joke. Metal Man will break this game. Now, I know I'm talking about this game like people don't know about this game. but I feel like even though I have done this as a Let's Play before, majority of you guys probably haven't watched it. You're probably here on this channel, maybe watching this video right now, because of one of my other mini Let's Plays, ones that are actually worth bringing people in for, that are actually good, you know what I mean? So, that's part of the spirit of this month, redoing these games that I started off with on my channel. To do a better, more concise, just better quality playthrough of all of them, and so far so good. And I don't know, the only thing that has been sad so far is that I haven't been able to play TMNT3, but more on that by the end of this video. For now, let's just focus on Mega Man 2. A lot of what I talked about in my original Let's Play of this was just like random Mega Man things, just Mega Man related things. Like, I'm pretty sure in the episode where I did this level, I talked about a video that I had found where there was like a band that played metal covers to all the Mega Man music, and whilst a guy was on stage speedrunning the game while they were playing the music as he was playing, which I thought was pretty freaking sweet, and I thought I'd bring it up again just because it was pretty cool and worth talking about again. And I don't know, it was just playing this game always makes me reminisce about my original Let's Play, even though I acknowledge how terrible and just a lot of things are terrible about my original Let's Play. The only thing good about it is how well I played after I got past the Bubble Man and Metal Man stage. Because yes, I also died twice on the Metal Man stage. At the very least, though, that was when I got to Metal Man himself. I didn't actually die on the stage. Dying to a boss is not really sad unless you have zero, or I should say, full health and you just get rocked without a chance. But like, if you have less health when you get there, it's understandable if you lose. Nobody's gonna hate on you for that. Anyway, speaking of health, we only have a little bit gone, and assuming I can keep my strategy as I usually do against this guy, I should be able to rock him alright. We'll see how I do. Against Dr. Metal Man. Yeah, the metal blade on his forehead always looks like a doctor. What do you call that thing? The stethoscope? I guess it's not even a stethoscope. What is that? I think it's like the stereotypical doctor has like a thing in the middle of the head. That's the light they wear on their head, right? Like it's like a flashlight. So when they look in your mouth, they don't have to like hold an actual flashlight in your mouth. Is that what it is? Makes them look like a freaking miner with a flashlight on their forehead. Anyway. Dr. Metal Man, you will fall before me because you are weakest boss ever. Damn, I whooped his ass. Jeez. If only I could have played my Let's Play with the NES controller. Man, this is just proof that it just feels right. It just feels right. Anyway, get equipped with the metal blade. Oh yeah. Get equipped with the metal blade, bitch. Alright, now that we got the metal blades, and let's see, I think we're gonna take on, let's go Woodman. Metal blades are good against Woodman. Woodman has actually a couple weaknesses, but metal blades is definitely the easiest to use against him because it shoots fast, has a ton of ammo, and it's just good. And it's one of his weaknesses. Yeah, that's one big thing about this particular Mega Man is a lot of the bosses have more than one weakness, which is really interesting to me. Because this is the first Mega Man I ever played, if I haven't mentioned that before, and I never actually played the original for the longest time. Even back when I had an NES originally, we never rented the original Mega Man. The only Mega Mans we ever rented were later ones. Like, I'm pretty sure at some point I had rented 3, 4, and 5. I don't remember when or what order I played them in, but I do remember renting other Mega Mans. And there are other small parts of certain stages in the later Mega Mans that I remember, but I don't remember the order I played them in. That's the thing. Point is, this is the only Mega Man game I ever owned. Even to this day, it's the only NES Mega Man that I own the actual cartridge of. I have the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, as I already documented earlier, but that, like, when I got the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, that was my first experience with, at least with Mega Man 1 and 6. I'm pretty sure I had never played either one of those before that. If I did, I do not remember. But yeah, Mega Man 2 was my first ever game that I owned. It was mine. And I mean, looking back on that, that's an awesome just an awesome memory to have. First NES game, I should say, because we had other games that we had on computer and stuff, but first game, like, I literally owned the cartridge for a console that would become a classic, NES. This was it. Turtles 3 was my second game, but this was my first, for sure. Mega Man. Fucking awesome. And I still have fond memories of, you know, replaying all these stages and then, like, having my mother put in the code, the password, to go to the Wily stages later, because I didn't know the code. And I think she had it written down, and I had her put it in for me so many times, she eventually memorized it, but she had it written down just in case. For some reason, though, I just never learned how to put it in myself. Yeah, and you know, at some point I had just stopped playing NES for a long time. Probably when I started getting more into Sega and other assorted consoles like the N64. But yeah, definitely never bothered to learn the code for Wily Stage. For as many times as I had her put it in, I never bothered to memorize it. I don't know, something about games when I was younger. Just wasn't patient enough to memorize things. I just wanted to play them, and I wanted to play them now. Yeah, looking back on when I was a kid, I really sucked at games. As much as I loved them, I was really garbage. I just wasn't patient enough and persistent enough to beat games. I didn't even beat Mega Man 2 till much later in life. Because like I said, this was one of my first games, right? So I had to be like, I don't know, 3 years old when I got it. Maybe 1 year older than that, 4. And I know it came out before that, even though I got it later. Point is, what was my point? I had a point going into that, didn't I? Oh, I didn't memorize the code. I wasn't persistent. I wasn't good at games, even though I loved playing them. And I guess you can't really blame me too much. I was pretty young. Some youngsters get really into games so much that they memorize and get so good at it. It's just like reflex to them. And for me, playing the game is like reflex, but getting good at it wasn't until later in life. I was probably, I don't know, a tween when I beat this game for the first time, or at least almost beat it. It took me a lot more tries to actually be able to beat it. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this guy on the first try, hence the reason why I'm not trying to use my Metal Blade. It's really hard to not get hit in this fight. It really is. Why didn't I even try? I'm going to die. I should have used Metal Blade right away. I'm stupid. Damn it. Okay, well, whatever. I'm stupid. I thought I was going to die right away, but I dodged so well. I was surprised. I only got hit one time. Those leaves whoop your ass, though. Anyway, my bad for not using the Metal Blades. That's another big problem I used to have when I first played these games when I was a kid. I would never use the powers. I would just fight everything with the regular Buster. So like I'm pretty proficient in doing all the stages without using anything but the Buster because I grew up that way. But there are some stages where I've learned to use other abilities because it's just so much easier. And there are certain parts that I grew up just using the ability that works on them, such as like using the number 2 item to get across the Heatman stage. I never grew up trying to get across those jumps. I said fuck that even when I was a kid and I used the item. Once I learned that, that is forever how I got across there. I never once tried to get good at getting across those fucking platforms. And I know I'm talking about him, it's like we'll get to him sooner or later. We're not going to get to him yet though. Anyway, based on the path that I'm chosen here, I think I'm going Airman next. Airman. A lot of people seem to think Airman is the hardest boss. I very much disagree. I would say Crashman is the hardest boss, unless you have his weakness, which is Airman, in which case Crashman is the easiest boss. Sorry if I'm stopping for a second, but I had to readjust my headset. It's kind of slipping off my head there. Anyway, the level for Airman can be difficult for those who have not played this game before. Personally, I don't think the stage is that hard, but when you can fall into your doom at any moment in time, as can happen in this stage very easily, I can understand why this stage is considered the hardest, or one of the harder stages. For obvious reasons, I think that Quickman's stage is the hardest, and hardest boss, I still think I would maintain that it's Crashman. And if you really want to go with, even with the weakness, Quickman's probably the hardest, if you ask me. I have to think about it for a minute. Quickman's a pretty annoying boss. Heatman's usually pretty easy, even when you don't have his weakness. If you have Heatman's weakness, he's super easy, but even without his weakness, he's not too hard to dodge. I'm trying to think of any of the other ones being hard, weakness or no. I feel like the only one I ever have trouble with, even with the weakness, is Quickman, because he moves around so fucking frantically and hard to, like, calculate his maneuverings, you know? Airman can be difficult, weakness or no, but I always thought Airman wasn't hard. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've done this level more than I've done some of the others. because some of the other stages I used to have trouble with. It was the stages that would give me. The bosses usually never gave me trouble because I'd be prepared for the bosses most of the time. It was the stages that I had trouble getting good at. This stage was one I probably played more than most, and I think I talked about this in my Let's Play as well. A big part of why I played the stage the most is because when I was younger, I used to think the weaknesses were in order based on alphabeticalness. So I would actually start with Airman a lot of the time. So therefore, whether I was getting good at the Airman stage or not, it would be the first thing I started off with. So if I didn't beat the Airman stage, I just wouldn't play much more. That would be my playthrough for the day, so to speak. Because I wouldn't play Mega Man 2 all day. It's not a game I would play all day. I'd play until I get frustrated and then I quit. That's part of how I used to play games as a kid as well. I would play till I got frustrated and quit. I didn't, like I said, I wasn't a persistent gamer. I played till I get frustrated. I didn't like being frustrated, so I played till then. Anyway, as I speak about that, we're here at Airman. Go ahead and bust out his weakness. It makes him 1,000 times easier. It's Woodman. And I know I said I can beat him without it, but I'm just going to go ahead and... Just by showing you how I don't get hit too often on him will be a good enough example as to why I think he's not hard. How come? Oh, man, I am terribly timing this. Alright, well, whatever. Now he's easy. I was flubbing up the wood attack there. That's why I like using the regular buster easier, like normally anyways. I used to think Airman didn't have a weakness because I never had any luck hitting him with anything. And clearly Woodman's not even easy to hit him with unless you get behind him like I just did. Alright, anyways. We're just flying right through this. I haven't even taken the time to, like, appreciate the music as we're going here. Hopefully you guys are, and hopefully I remember when editing this that I don't make the music too quiet, because the music is too good. No matter how much I talk, the music is too good for me to drown it out. That's one problem with my One-Off Wednesday with Castlevania. I look back on it and I'm like, fuck, I talked about how awesome the music is, but I didn't even, like, I left the music so quiet. What the hell's wrong with me? Anyway, we got item 2, so that means we're ready to do Heat Man stage, because we got Bubble Man, his weakness. We got item 2 to get through the garbage part of the stage, so let's go ahead and do it now. Yeah, I was thinking if there's anything else I prefer to have when I do the stage. No, not really. As long as we have... Metal Blades is nice to have too, so that's good. For a later part of the stage, it's very useful. In fact, you could have Metal Blades right now if you're really worried about this part, since this is also can be a difficult stage, not just because of the part with the platforms and the needing the 2 item, but because this whole segment right here, just at the beginning, you don't make all those jumps, any fall can be your doom. Any of these jumps. The fire will kill you in 1 hit. Alright, fuck you. And I always found it funny that this guy's the only weakness to these little bastards on the ground in this game is like siren-looking bitches on the ground. The only weakness they have is bubble leg. So anybody who thought maybe they were indestructible, just bust out your bubble leg. You can kill them. Bubble Man's ability. Anyway, as for moving platforms, that was the only... Well, I should say the only part. I would say that's the only part we have to do in the stage, but I'm wrong. We have to do this part too. Gotta go through this shit. Oh, okay, that almost killed me. That was good. This is the part where I suggest Metal Man. Very much so. Very much so. It'll help you shoot in your 8 directions to get rid of these bitches. And I'm not paying attention to the platforms. Ah, come on, man. Stop it. Huh. And then huh. And then huh. Damn it. Get rid of that guy. Alright. Oh, fuck, I missed it. And if I had Crash Man, this part would be a little easier because I can get through the wall. Fuck. God damn it. Ah, fuck, man. Oh, man. Son of a bitch. I can't believe I died on this stage. That's stupid. I'm not happy about that whatsoever. Also, you'll sometimes see me, like, when I'm pressing start and stuff, I'll have to press it more than once to get the controller to do what I want. It's because my controller is pretty worn. I'm actually using one of my original NES controllers. I should also probably talk about that. I did say I'm not playing it on my NES, right? I'm playing it on the Retron, which should be obvious because I've been playing all these old games on the Retron lately. But and the Retron allows me to play with old controllers, which is pretty amazing. The best part about it, in my opinion, because other than playing old cartridges, using the old controllers is the next best thing. But my point is, my original NES, I did not have... Well, I did, actually, when we were growing up. We had the oven NES, and we had the little square controllers. But a little bit later in life, I don't remember how old I was, maybe like 6 or 7 or so. My parents actually bought me the top loader NES, and it came with these little like pill-shaped controllers. They're a little smaller than the original square ones, but I love them. I like them better than the square ones because they fit more comfortably in your hand, than they're a little smaller. So as a kid, I loved them even more. Now they feel a little small to me, but they're still awesome. But that being said, when I got the top loader NES, I used it a lot, so that's why my controllers are pretty worn. And actually, I didn't use it all the time. My sister used it probably just as much as I did. She likes to play a lot of NES games too. Some of her favorites to play were like Mario 3 and California Games. I'm probably forgetting some, but those are the ones that come to mind first. Alright, Heat Man, you son of a bitch. Alright, just let him do his thing. Oh wait, do we have to hit him before he'll come after us? Okay, I guess we do. Oh shit. Okay, let's be more careful, please. Thank you. If you're gonna say Heat Man is easy, at least kill him on the first try, please. Thank you. That was too close. One more hit and I would have been dead. Alright, we're okay though. We are okay. I'm wondering how long this playthrough is gonna take. I'm hoping we can do well. If I would stop dying, we would already be through. We'd be done with Heat Man and on to the next guy already. My deaths have only slowed me down. Heat Man's ability. I've never been a big fan, but I'm pretty sure it's good against Woodman. I've never thought it was a good idea to use it. It's also the precursor to the charge shot, because you can charge it to make it stronger, then fire, but it uses up his ability so fast. I've never found the heat ability to be super useful, but it is the thing. So until... Did they have the charge shot in Mega Man 3? I don't think so. I think they brought it in 4. I'm pretty sure all they didn't bring in the third one was the slide ability. Speaking about other Mega Mans, I have a big question. Do any of you guys want me to play more Mega Man games on this channel? I mean, I know I'm playing this one, but I've already played this one, and I'm only doing it because, I don't know, I want to. Just so I have a better playthrough of this game on my channel other than the one I already have. But as much as I love Mega Man, you know, I have him high on my all-time list. As I would go so far as to say Mega Man is probably my favorite character of all time. I mean, I know he's not much of a character depth-wise, but I don't know. I just love his design and the fact that he can have all these other characters' abilities. And yes, I know Kirby has the same kind of thing going for him, but I didn't grow up with Kirby. I played Kirby much later in life. In fact, the Kirby Dream Collection was my first exposure to most of the Kirby games. Point is, Mega Man, one of my favorite characters. I haven't played a whole lot of it on this channel. Why? I don't really have an excuse. I mean, I guess it's really the same excuse why I don't play more Zelda, because Zelda's one of my favorite series also, and I don't play that shit on this channel very often either. I mean, all I've played Zelda is Ocarina of Time, and I did a 3-heart run. I didn't do a normal playthrough. And that's all, right? I haven't done any more Zelda. No, I have not. I've done plenty of Mario, which makes no sense. Then again, most of the Mario I did, I was doing blindly. I was trying to play Mario games I hadn't played. So I guess that's a good enough excuse. And the same could be said for Zelda. If there's any that I haven't played, I do plan on doing a Let's Play of some of those at some point. And there are a few Zelda games I haven't played, so I should just keep that in mind for all you guys out there. They aren't the 3D ones, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Anyway, Mega Man. That's what we were getting at. I'm getting sidetracked here. Should I play more Mega Man on my channel? What do you guys think? I want to. And if I do play Mega Man, would you rather see me play all the Mega Man classic games from the Mega Man, like the original Mega Man 1 through 6? Because I can probably beat all of them. I have beaten them all. If I play them, I'll have to play them on my Anniversary Collection, of course. So I'll have to play with the swapped controls. But, I mean, I've done it before, so it's not that big of a deal. Would you rather see me do those? Or, I have an alternative idea, which probably might be more appealing to most of you. Would you rather see me do Mega Man X? Because, here's the kicker. I have not played a Mega Man X game. Yeah. Blasphemy, I know. I just said I love Mega Man. He's one of my favorite characters, and yet I haven't played X. Like any Mega Man X. I think I've played Mega Man X, the first one, like a little. Like just enough to know what it's about and all that. But as far as putting the Mega Man X, or Mega Man X cartridge and or whatever, into my console, whatever, loading it up on an emulator, and actually playing the game for myself, hasn't happened for more than maybe the intro stage and maybe like one of the boss stages. Original Mega Man X. And then for the other Mega Man's X's, 1 through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, I have never even touched them. So, other than having seen a Let's Play for Mega Man X 1 through 3, I am very unfamiliar with the Mega Man X series. I'm not. I mean, I guess I'm familiar with them, but I haven't played them is my point. So, Mega Man's more of a game of skill than story anyway, so spoilers don't really matter that much in terms of story and all that. It's more of a, do you have the skill and the know-how and the gall and the gumption to actually beat a Mega Man X game? And that's something I haven't proven to myself or to anybody else for that matter. And I've been really contemplating it. So, if you guys want to see some Mega Man from me, would you rather see the classic games, or would you rather see Mega Man X blind playthroughs, or noob playthroughs? I don't know if I'll call them blind, because they won't be really blind so much as they'll just be haven't played before. I'd probably call them blind just because I haven't played them, but I have seen them play, is my point. But I don't, like, remember all the secrets and shit. I know there are secrets, but I don't know them or where they are and all that. For those of you who aren't watching this video, which makes no sense, because those people aren't listening, clearly, I'll have to mention this in another video, because I know not everyone watches these one-off Wednesdays. Anyway, Crash Man's done for. I just did his whole stage and whooped his ass without even paying attention. See how I'm just super on autopilot when I play this game? I do so much better. I'm not even focused on what I'm doing. I just casually whoop the shit out of this game. Most people do Flashman a lot sooner than I do. The only reason I didn't do Flashman yet is so I could use Crashman to get through some of these parts in the stage. Why did I do that? I don't know. Just because most people, when I see play this game, they do Flashman so early that Crashman isn't done yet, and therefore they can't do any of these little secret things. Like, see this one up here? I'm about to get this one up. Check it. First, I'm going to take out this fool so he doesn't bother me. And I'm going to get this one up because I can. I cans because I said I cans. Alright. And I'm kind of glad I'm going to get this one up anyways, because I've died more times than I should have. This will make up for some of my shitty deaths. Get this one up. Okay, if I can stop being such a noob on these slidey-ass ice floors. Speaking of music in this game, as I haven't really done enough of in this episode, I think in my playthrough, I called this my favorite song in the game. And I think I still maintain that opinion. It's really hard to choose. I mean, it's like 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, you know? It's like most of the songs in this game are just so good I have a hard time choosing a favorite. I really do. Something about this stage used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid, though. And it probably had to do with these big fucking purple machines with the little bastard-ass Koopa Troopa guy in it. Not Koopa Troopa. I don't know, Stormtrooper guy in it. I don't even know what you want to call him. We could go through the middle. If you want to be safer, I recommend going through this middle part. It's much safer than dropping down more in the middle here, or on the right here, because then you drop down to this part. Oh, there's a refill there too. And you don't have to deal with those little snake bastards. Plus you get to go this way, which is actually safer than dropping down to the right, because you won't land in that little crevice and stuck with that guy ready to kill you. But I do recommend dropping in here. Also, that was dumb. It's okay. As long as we get to Flash Man without dying, which is still not a tall order, but it is an order, we'll be okay. Because Flash Man's weakness is Metal Man, and we got plenty of that left to whoop his ass. Flash Man's is actually a pretty easy boss. I still maintain Bubble Man's easiest, but Flash Man's pretty easy too. Crash Man. This is why I wanted Crash Man the most for this last part, so I don't have to deal with these fucking purple bastards here. See if we can get over here on the first jump. And that jump used to bother me too. That jump into the door. I used to miss that jump all the fucking time. We need Metal Man. Alright. Flash Man, here I come for your ass. Flash Man. Damn. I don't even let the music kick in before I kill them. Bosses are too easy. Throw them down, Georgia Brown. Yeah, that's another big thing about this Mega Man in comparison to the ones after it. The bosses, while they have multiple weaknesses a lot, also seem to get wrecked by their real weakness really hard. Like, it takes a lot less shots to kill people with their weakness in this Mega Man than any other Mega Man. I feel like in Mega Man 3 I struggled so hard when I first played it because the bosses just did not want to die as easily, even with their weakness. So it was really about getting better at just fighting the boss itself regardless of weakness. In this game, it was just like even on the hardest difficulty, it's just really easy. So even though I love this Mega Man the most, I widely acknowledge that it's not the hardest. In fact, it's probably the easiest. In fact, I would say it is the easiest. And the hardest one's probably the first one, if that makes any sense. Alright, bane of my existence, be damned, here comes Quickman. This is the stage I never used to play when I was a kid. I would usually quit before I got to this point. And there's only one way I could do this stage, and it was with the Flashman ability. And even right now, I'm contemplating, should I do it with Flashman? Generally, nowadays, I've done this stage enough times. Okay, let's put it this way. Since I've done my Let's Play, when I did the Let's Play, that was the first time I ever did the stage without using the Flashman ability. I was not kidding at all. I was not exaggerating. I was 100% serious. That was the first time I ever got through the stage without using Flashman. No bullshit. And for any subsequent playthroughs I have done since then, I also did not use the Flashman ability to beat this. So I have gotten to the point where I can do it without too much trouble. Hopefully I can do it on the first try here. There's always a chance I don't do it on the first try, but I will not use the Flashman ability to do it, because I do have it down. I've done this part a million times now. As a little kid, I hated this stage. It scared me, especially this dark part that leads up to the part that fucking is the bane of your existence. And I used to have nightmares of grinding in this area to refill the Flashman ability every time I failed. Anyway, I would never even attempt this part without Flashman when I was a kid, so let's hope I can do Oh, damn it. What the fudge. I was doing just fine. Once you get past that first part, you're home free. First part is the hardest part because you gotta, when you land, you gotta be ready to move immediately. But once you get moving, it's not hard. But apparently, I was too confident in my ability to hit that edge, and I pressed right before I actually fell off the edge. I actually usually don't go to the left there. That was kind of a improvisation. I usually go to the right side of the screen. Let's see if I can do that. See if I can do that this time. This is usually what I do. I usually go right. I went too far to the left, didn't I? Son of a bitch. Wow. This is turning into a debacle. How much lives do I have left? I have 4 lives. Okay, we got plenty of lives to work with here. But let's not squander... Let's not get a game over in this playthrough. What do you say? My goal in this playthrough, no game over. Come on. If I could do Turtles without a game over, I can do this game. Come on. Turtles is a much harder game than this. Come on. Come on. Not saying this is easy by any means. If your reflexes aren't working right, you'll never be able to do this. Alright, come on. Come on. Not like I don't know this part. I know this part by heart. I've done this a million times, man. Go, 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 go. Alright, we're good. We're good. Now keep going. Oh, God, that's the part it always... That one looks like you're going to die every time, but I almost never do. Okay, we did it, guys. Whew. 3 tries later. 3rd time was the charm. I hate these fuckers, man. I really do. Let me just say fuck that guy. Now that we got him out of his big purple suit of scariness. The problem with these fuckers in this game is they don't jump high enough to jump over you. In the later Mega Man games, they have all sorts of enemies just like that where they pounce on your ass, but they're never like to the point where you can't freaking just go under them. But in this game, you just can't. Now, this guy's weakness. His main weakness is actually Crash Man. But you can also use Flashman on him. The only problem with Flashman is it doesn't actually kill him. It just hurts him to however long, it'll take... However long Flashman lasts, it does that much damage. So it usually takes about half of his health out. Yeah, that was about half. And then try and finish him with Crash Man. The only problem with Crash Man is this is like the worst ability for freaking fighting Quickman with, because you can only shoot once. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to go ahead and use an E-Tank. Don't worry. We'll have an opportunity to get that E-Tank back, and I don't want to do the stage again. Also, what am I doing? Crash Man, please. Now, I'm sure he has another weakness, a secondary weakness. I don't know what it is. Maybe Flashman is the secondary weakness. Crash Man is definitely his main weakness. It's just really hard to hit him with it. I got him, luckily, on those next 2 shots to finish him. But when you miss, you gotta just dodge like hell, because you can't switch weapons when you miss. Quick boomerang, yeah. Got the boomerang. Time for Wily, bitches. And this is where you start. If you put in the code that I was talking about earlier, the code that I used to have my mom put in, this would be where it starts you at. But even playing this part as a kid was always a problem. The first stage would even give me trouble. But we'll get to that when we get there, which is momentarily. But get ready for the song that started it all. There it is. Spelled that. The fish and cheese, rotten fish and cheese, oh yeah! Sorry. You can blame NCS, you can blame rental floss, you can blame so many people for just so many. This song is just, as much as I love this song, because it's like the most used and overplayed and most widely recognized song in the game, and I love it, it's fucking great. I don't know. I feel like it's played out. Is that weird? Is it weird to say that an NES track is played out? Because it is. Just saying. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love this fucking beat. It's fucking great. And it probably was my favorite when I was younger. It really was. But because I've grown to love the soundtrack just in general as one of my favorite soundtracks, yeah. There's just so many good tracks. It's not my favorite anymore. You kill this guy with metal blades? He takes more shots than he should. It's alright. Alright, what do we need to refill? Let's go ahead and refill number 3. Yeah, the other thing I gotta be careful with this controller, like I said, the start button likes to stick and press twice. I gotta be careful of accidentally using E-tanks. That's one big issue I have with playing this controller. The thing is, my only other NES controller, which is exactly the same as this one, is got the same problem, so not like I'm gonna get around this issue either way. I don't exactly need any more 3 right now, but on the Wily stages, unless you die, you do not, and when I say die, I mean game over. You do not refill your any of your items or abilities, so don't waste them for no reason. Only use the ones that you feel you aren't going to need up for any other situations. And that's a trick I learned much later in life as well. Shoot your first platform from the ladder. Don't stand on top of the ladder. If you stand on top of the ladder, it's a lot harder to get a good angle on those platforms. But if you put the first one out while you're hanging on the ladder still, much easier. Now, we're on our way to the first boss, first Wily boss, with this weird-ass, curtainy, looks like a glitch background. Yeah. When I was a kid, I first thought that was a glitch, but that's just how the first look, that's just how it looks. You gotta get into a rhythm with these jumps. Don't let the dragon hit you, that's instant death. Not just because he'll hit you off, but because if you touch him, it's just gonna instantly make you die. Alright, this guy's actually pretty easy. As a kid, I didn't really realize how easy he was. I always thought he wasn't hard, but I didn't realize how easy he was. All you gotta do is make sure you're not standing where he shoots his fire, when he shoots his fire, and you'll be just fine. And we got him. Pretty easy. The regular Mega Buster is all you need. It pretty much whoops his ass. Every shot you hit him with is 1 peg of damage, so just go to town and mash that B button. Easy boss. In fact, I feel like all the bosses for Wily's Dungeon are not hard other than the 4th one. And I wouldn't even say the boss is hard, it's just more of a puzzle than it is a boss. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Stage 2! This is actually the one stage I was least worried about when I played this game as a kid. I was like, oh, this stage? Easy. Easy peasy. There's going to be another thing to refill here. I'm not sure. Oh, whoa, not Flashman, thank you. I'm trying to go back to the P. I don't really need Flashman for anything during this part, I don't think, so, or during the Wily stages at all. Let's go ahead and refill 3. We are going to need some more 3 here in a bit. Actually, in this stage. Oh, don't you fucking dare. Oh, no, no, no! Oh, that was the worst case scenario, guys. I fucked up the timing of those B fuckers. I hate those B fuckers. Alright, I need full 2, though, so we're going to have to sit here for a minute. Come on, I need full 2. Fuck, I hate these B guys, man. They're annoying. I always have an issue with them when I'm not, like, when I'm not focused on just killing them. They always give me trouble. I need to get full 2 back, damn it. I need full 2s. I can't lose with 22s. Now, I think the good thing about these guys is only 2 of them can be on screen at once, so you could get, like, in a good position so where they don't fucking... Actually, I don't need full 2. Now that I think about it. Ah, fucker. Ah, fucker. Okay. Come on. Drop. Okay, well, that's actually good. I need some more life back after that. Fuck. Alright, that should be full 2. Alright, let's wait till this fucker drops down. Alright, go. We're okay, we're okay, we're okay. Okay, whew. Damn. I'll let that be more trouble than it needed to be. Now, if you're smart, you'll skip the first one so you can grab the extra E-tank. Since I used one, I wanted to make sure I got that. And then we'll go ahead and refill up. Oh, we got a 1-up to make up for that death, too. That's good. There's plenty of 1-ups here in these last few stages as well, so I'm not too concerned with getting a game over. I just hope I don't fuck up anything where I waste up all my energy, because one particular part I absolutely hate and would not want to have to... Actually, we don't even need to use metal for these guys now I think about it. You shoot them with regular. I always forget I can shoot through the wall right here. Oh, okay. Thank you. Damn it. We're okay. We get this. I at least want to get the 1-up. Alright. Crash Man. Crash Man. Crash Man. Thank you. I'm going to hold on to my Crash Man. I'm not going to use the next one to grab that E-tank. We don't even need it. We could use it right now, but the stage isn't over yet. We still got another segment to the stage. A segment which is really easy to refill. And actually, when I was playing this game a couple weeks ago, making sure my cart worked and everything, I realized one big thing that, or I shouldn't say I realized anything, but I was doing terrible on this stage. I kept actually dying to the boss because I was being a noob. And so I kept having to come back to this part and like regrind for stuff. And I was like remembering all the old times of how I used to grind here for freaking having to refill. And the main one I had to refill was actually the 3 item, because we need the 3 item here in a second to get up to the next part. But yeah, Woodman is the way to go for sure. Woodman, you can just sit there and grind with Woodman all day. Just whoop ass and refill it until you get enough stuff to refill everything. But yeah, you need the 3 item to get up here is the problem. So if you use up all your 3 item, you're pretty fucked. Alright, we're okay. Alright. These fucking crusher things, man, they do so much damage. I'm not looking forward to this boss. I'm actually tempted to maybe even use an E-tank when I get there. Maybe. Because if you do die to the boss, you do have to start from back before the part where you can grind for stuff. That's where you start. The thing is, though, right now we can actually get, if we're careful, we can get this big pellet over here and actually go in there with full life. So that's actually nice. Now, this next boss can be quite annoying. It's not hard, especially if you know, semi-know what the pattern is even. Just kind of, so you can half expect what the hell's going to happen here. Ah, fuck, and I already fucked it up. See what I mean? Alright, just gotta remember the order that things come out here. Because when the actual things hit you, man, it does so much damage. When they start shooting bullets at you, that's not a big deal. It's when the actual fucking machine guy runs right into you, fuck, that does more damage than anything. So that's the main thing you want to watch out for. If I get hit one more time, I'm using an E-tank. Oh, fuck, okay. Am I going to use an E-tank? Am I going to go for it? I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. No! Shit! I should have used an E-tank. I should have did it. There's going to be another E-tank later, man. Why didn't you just do it? I'm stupid. That's why I didn't do it, because I'm fucking stupid. On the positive side, we still have enough 3 to get to the next part. Or to get up this platform over here, so I'm not worried about it too much. I'm just annoyed that it happened at all. God damn it. Alright. If I fail at this again, I'm cutting to the boss, because I'm not showing me do this for an hour and a half like I did on my fucking warm-up playthrough on this a couple weeks ago. And yes, my warm-up playthrough was a couple weeks ago, so that has to be said to count for something. It was basically back when I first planned out this month of what I'm going to do for One-Off Wednesday. That's how long ago it was. Anyway, let's get back to this boss, and if I do happen to almost die again, I am going to use an E-tank. I'm not going to take a chance this time. I'm just going to end this shit now. This ends now, bitch! For some reason, my dumbass wasn't not in good positioning at all on that first attempt there, so let's do a better job at it this time. I know to start on the right, and then go to the left, because the left ones are, yeah. I got this. I know the order. I just, for some reason, I was talking without thinking, which is what I've been doing for this entire fucking playthrough. Just, God damn it. I was on the wrong side again. Just like I was right right there. Fuck. Okay, we're okay. Oh, no. Oh, God. Alright, I'm using an E-Tank. I'm not even going to take a chance. Not even going to take a chance. See what I mean? I would have fucked it up already. Alright, we're okay. This is the last one. No, wait. Oh, one more. Fuck. I thought that was the last one. I always forget how many there is. Because it looks like there's already running out of fucking tiles. It also doesn't even look like it is done. It looks like there could be like a few more. Anyway, just glad that shit is over. That's all I cared about. Finishing that fucking stage. Alright, guys. On to stage 3 of Wily's Castle. We're already only 10 minutes away from an hour. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this in under an hour. Not with all the times I've been dying. With the way I'm playing, I could have. But I keep dying and ruining my chances. Alright, there is another E-Tank here. I'm going to go and... do I want to grab this E-Tank? Kinda. I hate to use my Crashman here. Actually, I'm going to be able to refill it in a second, so... You want to make sure you... Oh, fuck! I wasted that. I just realized they both blew up as I shot it. I'm dumb. Sorry. I think there's another thing down here. Yeah, okay. We'll be okay. We don't need 2 and 3 for pretty much the rest of this place, so I'm not going to worry about that one too much. We do need 1. Actually, we do need 3, don't we? Yeah, whatever. I already fucked up getting it, so let's not worry about it. Make sure you have full Crashman by the end of stage 4. That's all I'm saying about that. You will need some 3. 1 will be sufficient if you can't have any 3, but 3 will be a little helpful. Anyway, I don't know why I'm stopping this part. Pretty much just jump right through. Even though there is big fish, you don't have to worry about them. They are not scary. You can jump right over them. Alright, this part. This is a little nerve-wracking. This part is a little nerve-wracking. If you've never done it before, it can be quite the heart attack, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. You do get a little bit of, I won't call it leeway, but you get a little bit of space to move. That's all I'm saying. The hitbox for those spikes isn't too bad. And just like that, the stage is done. Yep, this is the shortest of the 3 stages. Very easy. As long as you can get through that part where you fall through the spikes, you're home free. And it's even more easy once you realize what the boss is. As big and bad as this boss is going to look, he goes down easy if you got the quick boomerang. In fact, the quick boomerang is going to make him look like a pansy. But the coolest part about this boss, which I didn't know when I first played this game, and actually learned more about it when I watched the Mega Man cartoon than I did because I hadn't played Mega Man 1, but this is actually referred to as the Guts Dozer because it has the face of Guts Man, one of the bosses from the original Mega Man. Didn't know that as a kid. Learned that from the Mega Man cartoon show, actually. And then eventually through playing Mega Man 1 one day. Always thought he was interesting because he just looks like a football player. But he's called Guts Man. I always wondered why he's called Guts Man, but I guess it just makes sense. He's a heavy, he's like strong man type style. Guts Man is just another way of saying he's like a strong man. Oh yeah, we're going to get plenty of refills here. I forgot about this beginning part having all these refills. Alright, let's refill 3. 3 is our big concern because we will need 3 by the end of the stage for sure. And 2 not being full isn't that big of a deal. We will need 2 for a second on the stage, but not long enough for it to matter. There's all sorts of 1-ups and shit laying around in the stage. There will be more E-Tanks and stuff. I'm not even going to try to get any of it. I have full E-Tanks right now. I don't really need any extra lives. Right? How many lives do I have left? 4? That should be enough to beat the game. If I can do this stage on the first try, I said that already, but on the other stages and it backfired, but if I can get through the stage on the first try, we'll be fine. We'll be sitting pretty. Sitting pretty for the boss gauntlet and Wily. This part always gives me the fucking, what do you call it, a fucking heart attack too. Mostly because I always forget where the hole is. So one way to avoid that, especially right now because I don't even want to take a chance, is to use the 2 item. This E-Tank, I generally used to have to grab it because I would already be using some, but I have full, so we're not worried about it. It's there if I need it for later. And that's the other thing I should mention about this game, too, and opposed to other Mega Man games. In this Mega Man game, when you get a game over, you lose all your E-Tanks. In later Mega Man games, game overs did not make you lose your E-Tanks. In fact, there was no big deal if you got a game over. I mean, other than just, it was actually a good thing because you could replenish all your shit and still have all your E-Tanks. You could actually grind for E-Tanks in the later Mega Man games just because you didn't. Oh no, whoa, I'm not being smart. Sorry. I almost got killed by the little capsule bitches. That would have been great, right? As I was saying though, you can't grind for E-Tanks in this one. Not really. You get a game over, you lose all your E-Tanks. That was my only point. And that's part of what makes the later Mega Man's not as bad, because even if you're having trouble with the stage, you could just grind for the E-Tank in that stage over and over again, and then just redo the stage, yeah, until you can beat it. And if you want to, what do you call it, brute force your way through with using E-Tanks, you can, because you'll have plenty to burn. It's pretty nice, actually. And it did help me get through a couple of the Mega Man games, just to get better at them. I beat most of the other Mega Man games, at least. I beat them all once. Mega Man 1 through 6, that is. I've only beaten them all once. A couple of them I've beaten more than once, but most of them I've only beaten once. Pretty sure 5 and 6 I've only beaten once. Yeah, this part, we're good on this part. What am I doing? Just wait for the platform. Don't be impatient. Don't act like you know what you're doing exactly, even though you kind of do. Alright. This is the part where you need the 2 item, by the way. Well, you can use the 1 item. You gotta angle yourself a little weird, but you can do this with the 1 item, I think. The 2 item is preferred, is all I'm saying. There's this fucking part. This is the part you gotta be careful on, because you can get your ass handed to you by these fucking purple things, man. Come on. Okay. Oh, actually, that's real nice that he dropped that. Invincibility frames for the win. Alright, we're okay. I hate these guys. There's no, like, smart way to kill them. There really isn't. That shield just ruins it. Alright, let's just get to the boss. Let's just get to the boss. I have no problems using an E-Tank on the boss. In fact, I probably will, because if you don't do it on the first try, then you gotta go through this segment again anyways. And we got an extra 1-up. Beautifully done. Alright. I'm actually gonna use an E-Tank, like, right away, because I think if they hit me once, I will die. So let's just do this. Oh, this boss. The bane of my existence as a kid. This would be where I would get a game over 99% of the time. In fact, until I was a preteen, I never got past this part. This would be where I get stuck, because I never understood how to beat this boss. And once I did learn how, I never looked back. Although it's always still been a big point of annoyance just doing this boss. It's really hard to fight him without getting hurt, so not having the E-Tanks would be bad. Anyway, clearly the strat here is conserve your crash bombs enough to kill them. Period. The end. You have to have 5 to kill each one for each of the things, and you have to have enough to break open the walls that are necessary to get to the boss. So, there you go. But, alright. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Come on. If I have to use another E-Tank, I will. I have no problems doing so. But I might be able to dodge for the rest of this battle. We'll see. Get ready to dodge one more time. Luckily, there's no, like, time limit other than surviving. And I can't believe I made that jump on the first try. Oh, amazing. I usually take a bunch of tries to make that jump. I did it on the first try. High five to me. Hell yeah. I whooped it. And see how I had exactly enough Crash Man to do that? Whew. Awesome. Good showing on that stage. Makes me happy. Let's go for the boss gauntlet, guys. I'm ready. Let's do it. Boss gauntlet, pretty simple. Whoop all the boss's asses. Let's do it. Start with Flash Man. And I recommend using the weaknesses just to make this a faster process. So, Metal Man, here I come. Oh, I don't have any Crash Man. I just realized for Quick Man. Sorry, Quick Man isn't too bad. In fact, I hope we run into Quick Man earlier so we can take him out. In fact, which one is Quick Man? I wish I could remember. I think he's like this one, maybe? Yes! Wow, I can't believe I remembered that. Actually, you know what we'll do? We go ahead and use Flashman, because I don't need Flashman for anything else. He's the only guy I would need Flashman for. No other boss is weak to it, and it definitely doesn't work on Dr. Wily. I'm a little worried about not having a lot of Metal Blade left. That's alright. I'm gonna just fight him with normal since I have no Crash Man. He's not too bad on a flat surface. It's his stage where Quick Man is much more difficult. Because on his stage, he's got all sorts of bumps and shit in the way. So he's a lot more difficult there. Alright, Metal Man. Well, as much as I'd like to fight you normal, I'm just gonna kill you with your own ability. He's the most hilarious boss because, fuck my life. Fuck. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my god. 2 hits. God, I was trying to be all like cool and be like 2 hits, bitch, and then I took like 10, wasting all my Metal Blades. Try to conserve your Metal Blades for fucking Wily, because to beat Wily easily, Metal Blades is a good way to, or the best way to do it, I should say. Here, man. The hardest boss in the game, Crash Man, who is kicking my ass. Crash Man, you son of a bitch. Alright, who's next? Woodman? No. Boobleman. Bubbleman's actually also weak to Metal Blades, but I think I'm gonna go regular. Let me get him into my usual pattern. I do better if I get him in my actual pattern. I actually do better with him against him on his stage because he's actually a lot easier to time if you have the spikes on the roof. You're more likely not to jump into them. And this platform, even though you're in the water still, he doesn't have the spikes, so you don't have to worry about jumping too high. And I know we have a bunch of damage already, but that's alright. If you die on any of these bosses, you start with all the other bosses still dead. It's only if you get a game over do you have to start over from scratch. Now, I know Woodman was weak to Cutman, but he's also weak to Airman, so let's go ahead and use that instead. I'm going to go ahead and use Airman on him, because I could also use Heatman, I guess. Oh, fuck. That was good. I just ran right into him. That was a great way to go out. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's go ahead and try Airman again. Because we already beat Crashman, I'm not worried about using up my Airman. Alright, there we go. Oh, fuck, the worst thing you can do is get hit by the boss themselves. Like, go ahead and get hit by their ability. That doesn't hurt anywhere near as bad as getting hit by them. There we go. Whew, that was close. I was cutting that one way too close. Woodman's just hard because he does so much fucking damage. Ridiculous. Oh god, Airman. Last motherfucker I wanted to see. Come on. Give me a chance. Ugh. And got him. Oh no, one more? I thought it was 3. I guess it's 4. It's alright, we're okay. Yeah, one more boss to go. As long as we can beat the last boss without dying, we'll be alright. And I think the last boss will be... I already forgot who I hadn't done. Alright, Bubble Lead. Get that shit out. Try not to use up your Bubble Lead either. You will need it for the end of the game. Oh, fuck. I always forget. You gotta shoot him once before he'll fucking charge at you. Oh my god. I died again. I am... Wow. Even with all the boss weaknesses, I am still dying. I'm having trouble dodging right now, guys. I don't know what is up with me. If I'm having trouble dodging, I'm gonna have real problems with the final boss here. Come on now. Come on now. God damn, I am just terrible at dodging right now. Fucking A. I need to stop being such a goddamn noob right now. Alright. God damn. Let's do better on Wily himself. What do you say? Okay, so I'll probably die on this first try for Wily because I usually got to get this timing down. This part right here where I got to dodge these stupid fucking things. It's not that bad, but if you can't get the timing down, you will die. And it basically, you could. I didn't even get to talk about it. I already died. What I was trying to say is basically, you can dictate where he shoots, which makes him a little easier. But I ran right into him a couple times, which did all the fucking damage to me. Gotta be more careful. Don't actually run into him. It'll keep you alive longer. Stop being such a nub. Be in more focus mode. Maybe I should be in more focus mode. Actually, we did really well there. Alright, let's hope that we don't fuck this up. Metal Man, get him out and just start getting ready to go to town. Because of that angle, man, that angle is going to be your fucking saving grace. There we go. There it is. Got him. Sweet. I did say I'd probably die to Wily once, so I'm not mad about that. I'm more scared. How many lives do I have left? Actually, I think now that I'm at the final thing, I think we're good. Even if I get a game over now, I think it's game over. You just got to be able to beat this. Alright, and a nice little tip I learned from Mr. Nintendo Capri Sun when I watched his Let's Play is when you get to this part, hold to the right. And just hold it down and make sure you jump quickly. That will make you avoid all of the blood drops, and yes, I assume it's blood. Avoid all of the Kool-Aid drops without worry, because yes, they will hurt you. But if you're ahead of the game, you're safe. Just don't jump into them. That'll hurt you. And here we go. Wily, or should I say, Mr. Alien. Alright, let's get that. Let's get it cracking. Come on, baby. Let's get it cracking. Alright, get that bubble let out, and let's do this. Right. Now, if you run out of bubble lead, you are screwed, so make sure you make every shot count. This is a pattern I've had to practice many times to finally get it down, but it's really not hard. He just goes in a figure-8 motion, and he shoots at regular intervals. There's no, like, deviation. He just has timed intervals. They just don't always at the same spot. You just gotta be ready time-wise. I wish it was kind of to the beat of the music. It'd be a lot easier to dodge, but it's not. Anyway, I'm doing pretty good so far. It's always good, right? Oh, jumped too early. Got lucky though. I'm trying to be patient with this and not waste my bubble lead. I'm gonna do this on the first try. I do have plenty of E-tanks, so I'm not really worried about it. If I had thought about it on those bosses I died to, I would have used the E-tanks on them. But you know what? Fuck it all. We beat it, guys. And actually, we're only just over an hour. That's not too bad. Could have beat it in way under an hour if I hadn't died like 6 or 7 times. But this wasn't supposed to be a flawless run. This was just supposed to be a fun run. For cancer. Not literally. Sorry, I shouldn't make jokes about cancer lightly, I know. But, pound your chest, for victory is ours. Suck on that, Dr. Wily. Until the next time, my friends. Until the next time. Sorry, getting ahead of myself on the music. Yeah, I didn't mean that was the end of the episode, sorry. So, that does it for February, right? The anniversary is now officially over in terms of the month itself, and my tribute videos are over, right? Well, I happened to mention earlier how last week I was supposed to play TMNT 3, right? And instead I played 2. And I actually explained in the last episode that I couldn't play 3 because my cartridge was all broken on the inside and stuff. Well, since then I have gotten the drill bit, or screwdriver bit, and I actually opened up my TMNT 3 cartridge and found out that the cartridge is 100% fine. The only problem is on the inside of the cartridge. There's like little plastic thingies that hold the actual cartridge inside in place. And on one side of it, it was broken, so that's why it was all rattly and loud. So I super glued the big part that came off back to the plastic so it would hold the cart back in place, so it would stop sliding inside of the casing. And now, after all these years, it's probably been, I want to say, at least 20 years since I've played Turtles 3 on my actual NES cartridge. It's probably been 20 years. But now that's a possibility again. So my point is, that's going to be in next week's One-Off Wednesday, I think. I think we're going to replay TMNT 3 as originally proposed in last week's One-Off Wednesday. So even though I could have done it this week and then ended it with Mega Man, we're going overtime for their anniversary. For my 3rd year anniversary, we're going overtime just a little bit. We're going to have one more tribute One-Off Wednesday to one of my early Let's Plays and one of my favorite games on the NES, TMNT 3. Manhattan Project, I believe is the surname. And that's all I got to say about that, so that's what we'll do next week. As for more Mega Man, for those of you who are still watching this video, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, do you want me to do more Mega Man? I'll have to bring this up on some of my other videos just so it's out there and more people know about it, but if you want to see me do some more Mega Man, I am 100% down to do so. Mega Man X is a high recommendation for you guys because I haven't played any of them, and I do own the Mega Man X collection on PS2, so I have all of the first Mega Man X games, 1 through 8, at my disposal at any moment in time. Of course, if I do play Mega Man X, I will start with the first one. I will not go to a different one. If I play them, I want to play them all. So if we get that Pandora's box open, we're going to just keep on going with it. And I'll just leave you guys with that for now, in terms of Mega Man possibilities for the future. Don't you worry, anything else you want to see me do, still coming up eventually. And at least stuff that you want to see me do and I've already said I'm going to do, coming eventually. And as for usual with the credits, we end it with Fishman, which I'm still flabbergasted that there's a dude named Fishman. A lot of the developers back in these days had like nicknames, so especially the Japanese developers, they like to have English nicknames like Fishman. So anyway, presented by Capcom USA, and that concludes the Let's Play, or One-Off Wednesday, of Mega Man 2. Next week, like I said, going to do some TMNT 3 to wrap up my anniversary, and that'll be it for the tributes, and then we can get back to regular One-Off Wednesdays as usual. Not like these are weird ones, but, you know, back to like maybe trying new games again. See you guys next week. Peace!